Clint Eastwood, 95, still looks 60. I avoid these three foods and don't get old. At a remarkable 95 years of age, Clint Eastwood stands as an almost mythical figure, a living embodiment of defiance against the conventional march of time, his presence and vitality belying nearly a century of life, radiating the unmistakable aura of a man decades younger, a fact that consistently stuns anyone privy to his true birth date. Born on May 31, 1930, in the vibrant city of San Francisco, California, USA, he has transcended mere celebrity status to become a profound testament that the passage of years does not, by any inherent law, mandate an inevitable decline into frailty or quiet obscurity. The glittering panorama of Hollywood, a merciless mirror reflecting the relentless advance of age, has witnessed countless luminaries, once brilliant stars, slowly dim, their physical strength wane, their public presence retreat into the shadows of retirement. Yet, Clint, with a resolute determination that is both admirable and astonishing, fundamentally refuses to yield to this prevailing narrative, choosing instead to remain an active, dynamic force. Even in an era when most men his age find themselves grappling with the profound daily challenge of simply rising from their beds, navigating the simplest movements with difficulty, Clint Eastwood continues to robustly direct cinematic masterpieces, his creative vision undimmed, his physical carriage still marked by a perfect upright posture and that same rugged magnetic presence that first etched him into the collective consciousness through iconic roles in films such as Dirty Harry and the unforgettable The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Admirers, fans, and casual observers alike gaze upon him with an incredulous wonder, their immediate reaction often a disbelieving, 95? No way, he looks 60. This widespread astonishment, however, is not a product of luck or genetic anomaly, but rather the visible manifestation of a profound, unyielding truth. Clint Eastwood has meticulously sculpted his life around a strict, unwavering philosophy, a creed of self-mastery and conscious choice. It is a philosophy rooted not in the arbitrary lottery of birth or the happenstance of inherited genes, but firmly in the bedrock of relentless discipline. He has, with extraordinary diligence and foresight, made deliberate, informed choices about what nourishes his body, how he orchestrates his movement through the world, and, perhaps most critically, which specific foods he meticulously avoids, banishing them completely from his diet. Indeed, one of the most significant yet often overlooked cornerstones of his sustained, almost boundless energy and remarkably youthful vigor lies in his steadfast refusal to consume three particular categories of foods. Dietary culprits, widely recognized for their insidious ability to accelerate the cellular processes of aging, systematically deplete vital energy reserves, and dramatically elevate the risk of chronic disease. Today, we embark on an illuminating journey to meticulously deconstruct Clint Eastwood's daily routine, to unravel the intricate tapestry of the diet that vigorously fuels his extraordinary longevity, and to unveil the three potent food groups he resolutely eliminates from his plate. By the culmination of this exploration, you will gain an unprecedented understanding of how these seemingly simple yet profoundly impactful choices have empowered him to maintain an astonishing level of strength, mental acuity, and youthful vitality as he approaches the venerable milestone of 100 years old, and more importantly, how you too can immediately begin to integrate these invaluable lessons into your own life, commencing your personal journey towards a similarly robust and vibrant existence. Clint Eastwood's mornings, a foundational element of his enduring vitality, have always been imbued with a deep reverence for the transformative power of the pre-dawn hours. Long before the bustling energy of film sets awakens, before the cameras begin their rhythmic roll, or the demands of meetings encroach upon the day's quietude, he consistently rises before the sun even breaches the horizon, greeting the nascent light with a sense of purpose. This deliberate early awakening allows him to immerse himself in the crisp, invigorating embrace of the fresh California air, a ritualistic communion with nature that grounds him and serves to meticulously order his thoughts, preparing his mind for the complexities of the day ahead. At his sprawling, tranquil ranch in Carmel, the mornings unfold with a sacred reverence for silence, a precious commodity in the modern world, offering a profound space for reflection, for introspection that sharpens his focus and clarifies his intentions, seamlessly blended with periods of gentle, purposeful activity that stir his body without overexertion. He steadfastly avoids the common pitfalls of overloading his digestive system with heavy, calorically dense foods in the morning, understanding that such indulgence can paradoxically sap energy rather than provide it. Instead, his breakfast is a testament to balance and lightness, designed for optimal fuel without sluggishness. His preferred morning fare typically consists of a warm, comforting bowl of steel-cut oats, chosen for their complex carbohydrate profile and sustained energy release, generously adorned with a vibrant scattering of fresh blueberries or strawberries, which not only impart a natural sweetness, but also deliver a potent dose of antioxidants. On other occasions, his breakfast might feature a perfectly hard-boiled egg or a serving of scrambled eggs infused with nutrient-rich spinach, providing essential lean protein to support muscle maintenance. This is invariably accompanied by a small, invigorating cup of black coffee, consumed without the customary additions of sugar or cream, emphasizing purity and avoiding unnecessary caloric and inflammatory burdens. And, as a consistent, non-negotiable part of this morning ritual, a tall, refreshing glass of pure water, a fundamental act of hydration that sets the tone for cellular function throughout the day. This precise and thoughtful selection of morning sustenance is Clint's unequivocal declaration against the pervasive culture of heavy, greasy breakfasts that, for the vast majority of people, initiate a cycle of digestive strain and immediate lethargy. For him, the mornings are profoundly dedicated to the vital imperative of pure, efficient fuel, never to the fleeting, counterproductive gratification of overindulgence. Clint Eastwood's dietary philosophy, the very bedrock of what consistently keeps him robustly strong and mentally sharp, is refreshingly direct. He eats to live, rather than falling into the common trap of living to eat. His approach to meals is characterized by an unwavering commitment to cleanliness, meticulous portion control, and an unceasing dedication to nutrient density, each bite serving a specific, beneficial purpose. His primary focus is strategically aimed at maintaining a lean physique, diligently keeping systemic inflammation at bay, and vigilantly safeguarding his precious energy reserves from depletion. Here is a deeper insight into the precise architecture of his nutritional regimen. When it comes to lean proteins, the cornerstones of muscle preservation and repair, he consistently opts for high-quality sources such as fish, with particular preference given to omega-3 rich salmon or trout, known for their anti-inflammatory properties and benefits for cardiovascular and brain health. Chicken breast and turkey are also staples, providing lean, versatile protein with an occasional mindful inclusion of lean beef for its iron and other essential micronutrients. This emphasis on protein is profoundly critical, particularly as men age, given its indispensable role in countering sarcopenia, the natural age-related decline in muscle mass, thus ensuring the continued strength and functional capacity of his physique. His plate is habitually, almost religiously, loaded with a vibrant array of green vegetables on a daily basis, recognizing them as powerhouses of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Spinach, kale, asparagus, broccoli, and bell peppers are not merely sides but central components of his meals, contributing crucial fiber for digestive health and a broad spectrum of phytonutrients that support cellular repair and detoxification. For steady, prolonged energy release, avoiding the dreaded blood sugar spikes and subsequent crashes, he relies on the intelligent inclusion of whole grains, quinoa, revered as a complete protein source, wholesome brown rice, and the aforementioned oats. These complex carbohydrates provide a sustained metabolic burn, fueling both his physical activities and his demanding mental endeavors. Healthy fats, often misunderstood but absolutely vital, are integrated through sources like avocados, rich in monounsaturated fats that support heart health and satiety, a variety of nuts offering essential fatty acids, vitamins, and minerals, and premium olive oil, celebrated for its anti-inflammatory polyphenols and its profound benefits for cardiovascular well-being and cognitive function. Beyond solid foods, hydration is paramount. He consciously consumes plenty of pure water, the fundamental solvent for all bodily processes, and green tea, a beverage prized not only for its gentle stimulating properties, but also for its exceptionally high concentration of potent antioxidants, which contribute to cellular protection and mental clarity. What truly distinguishes Clint and elevates his dietary choices beyond mere preference is the sheer, unwavering force of his discipline. He consistently chooses simple, unadorned, clean meals, utterly devoid of excess, bereft of overindulgence. For him, food is unequivocally seen and utilized as fuel, a profound, non-negotiable necessity for optimal performance, rather than a vehicle for fleeting pleasure or emotional gratification. And it is precisely this disciplined approach to nourishment that allows his body, at the cusp of a century, to continue performing with the vigor and resilience typically associated with a man many decades his junior. The quest to uncover the specific dietary elements Clint Eastwood rigorously avoids, the very components he excises from his eating habits to maintain a physical state that seemingly defies the relentless progression of time, reveals the three pivotal foods that are conspicuously absent from his regimen, offering a profound insight into his remarkably lean physique, his consistently sharp mind, and his almost legendary longevity. These revelations, while perhaps surprising to some, provide a clear and compelling explanation for his sustained vitality. Firstly, and with absolute conviction, he completely eschews fried foods. Staples in the vast majority of American diets, think ubiquitous fried chicken, the ever-present French fries, or the tempting crunch of onion rings. These items are entirely absent from Clint's plate. The compelling reason behind this strict avoidance lies in the inherent dangers these foods pose. They are notoriously laden with trans fats and oxidized oils. These insidious compounds are not merely empty calories. They are cellular aggressors that actively accelerate the aging process on a fundamental biological level. They instigate and perpetuate systemic inflammation, a silent but destructive force that damages the delicate lining of arteries, progressively weakening the heart over time, making it less efficient and more vulnerable to disease. Furthermore, the consumption of fried foods is a direct precursor to the accumulation of stubborn visceral fat, particularly around the midsection, commonly known as belly fat, which is metabolically active and highly detrimental to overall health. At 95 years old, Clint Eastwood has remarkably managed to maintain a slim, muscular physique, a testament to his unwavering discipline and, perhaps most critically, a heart that continues to function with robust health. A monumental factor contributing to this exceptional cardiovascular well-being is his lifelong abstention from fried foods. Instead of succumbing to the temptation of deep-fried chicken, he consciously opts for grilled or baked preparations, which preserve the lean protein without the harmful fats. In lieu of artery-clogging French fries, he wisely chooses roasted sweet potatoes, a nutrient-dense alternative offering complex carbohydrates and vital antioxidants. By consistently sidestepping fried foods for many decades, he has meticulously kept his arteries clear and supple, ensuring optimal blood flow and his waistline enviably lean, a hallmark of metabolic health. Secondly, Clint maintains a judicious and deliberate limitation of excess dairy. While countless individuals rely heavily on an array of dairy products such as cheese, cream, and various milk derivatives as integral components of their daily meals, Clint adopts a far more restrained and selective approach. The rationale for this moderation is multifaceted. Dairy products can often be highly inflammatory for many individuals, triggering adverse immune responses within the body. Beyond inflammation, they are a frequent culprit behind various digestive issues. ranging from uncomfortable bloating and gas to more severe gastrointestinal distress, particularly as lactose intolerance tends to increase with age. Furthermore, the caloric density and saturated fat content of many dairy products can contribute significantly to unwanted weight gain, a challenge that becomes increasingly pronounced as an individual's metabolism naturally slows down over the years. It is important to clarify that Clint is not a vegan. His diet is not dictated by an ethical exclusion of all animal products. Rather, his choice is driven by a profound understanding that an over-reliance on cheese or milk can inevitably lead to a sense of sluggishness, a diminishment of energy, and an increase in bodily stiffness. Instead of defaulting to dairy, he consciously prioritizes lighter protein sources and seeks out plant-based alternatives for essential nutrients like calcium. Leafy greens, such as kale and spinach, are excellent calcium sources, as are almonds, which also provide healthy fats and fiber. By diligently cutting back on excess dairy consumption, he adeptly sidesteps common ailments like bloating, joint stiffness, and the accumulation of superfluous body fat, complaints that are regrettably prevalent even among men in their 60s, let alone those who have reached their 90s. His thoughtful reduction of dairy is a strategic move to maintain internal balance and physical fluidity. Thirdly, and with an equally firm resolve, he unequivocally rejects refined white carbohydrates. This category encompasses a broad spectrum of highly processed foods, including white bread, conventional pasta, sugary pastries, and dense bagels. For Clint, these refined carbs are an absolute no-go, a complete dietary prohibition. His profound understanding stems from the undeniable fact that these foods are systematically stripped of virtually all their inherent nutritional value during the refining process, losing crucial fiber, essential vitamins, and vital minerals. Their rapid digestion leads to an almost instantaneous and dramatic spike in blood sugar levels, triggering a cascade of physiological responses. This sudden surge is inevitably followed by an equally precipitous crash in energy, leaving individuals feeling fatigued, irritable, and often craving more quick-fix carbohydrates. Beyond the immediate energy fluctuations, chronic consumption of refined carbs is a major contributor to stubborn belly fat accumulation, often associated with insulin resistance, which has profound implications for long-term health. Critically, these repeated blood sugar spikes significantly elevate the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, a pervasive and debilitating metabolic disorder. Instead of these metabolically disruptive options, Clint firmly adheres to a diet rich in whole grains. His mornings feature wholesome oatmeal, providing sustained energy and fiber. For lunch and dinner, he regularly incorporates brown rice or quinoa, intelligent choices that offer complex carbohydrates, fiber, and a more gradual, controlled release of glucose into the bloodstream. This disciplined adherence to whole grains is instrumental in maintaining stable blood sugar levels throughout the day, ensuring a steady, reliable supply of energy and contributing significantly to the preservation of his remarkably lean and agile physique. By avoiding refined white carbs, he masterfully manages his metabolic health, a silent yet powerful contributor to his enduring youthfulness. Clint Eastwood's fitness and exercise routine, rather than being characterized by intense, high-impact regimens, is founded on a profound and unwavering belief that movement is life. This mantra guides his daily physical engagement, ensuring that even at 95 years old, he never ceases to keep his body in motion, understanding that stagnation is the true enemy of vitality. While he no longer lifts prodigious weights with the intensity he might have in his prime, his approach to strength training is intelligent and sustainable. He incorporates regular push-ups, a fundamental compound exercise that builds upper body and core strength, resistance bands, which offer a controlled and joint-friendly way to maintain muscle tone and combat sarcopenia, and a variety of functional bodyweight moves designed to preserve practical strength, balance, and coordination without placing undue stress on his aging joints. These methods ensure his muscles remain strong and capable, minimizing the risk of injury while maximizing his functional capacity. For cardiovascular health, Clint has always cherished the outdoors, integrating activities that not only elevate his heart rate, but also connect him with nature. Regular walking, whether a brisk stroll or a more challenging hike through varied terrain, keeps his circulation robust and his lungs healthy. Horseback riding, an activity he has long enjoyed, provides a unique blend of core engagement, balance, and a spiritual connection to the animal, further contributing to his sustained physical vigor. This consistent cardio regimen actively keeps his heart young, enhancing his cardiovascular endurance, improving blood flow, and bolstering his overall circulatory system. Flexibility is another non-negotiable component of his routine. He dedicates time to stretching daily, a practice crucial for maintaining his impressive posture, preventing the stiffness and rigidity commonly associated with aging, enhancing his balance to prevent falls, and preserving his overall mobility and range of motion. Furthermore, golf, a sport he still enjoys with passion and skill, serves as an ideal low-impact activity that keeps him active and engaged without subjecting his joints to excessive strain. It combines walking, controlled movements, mental focus, and social interaction, all beneficial aspects of a holistic fitness approach. The overarching principle, the definitive key to his enduring physical prowess, is his absolute commitment to moving every single day. Even at 95, he actively avoids the sedentary lifestyle that afflicts so many. He consciously and consistently keeps his body in motion, understanding deeply that motion is not merely exercise, it is the very essence of what sustains his life, invigorating his every cell, and fueling his exceptional longevity. Perhaps the most potent, most profound secret underpinning Clint Eastwood's unparalleled longevity and vitality is not solely found in his diet or his exercise routine, but rather resides in the immutable strength of his mindset, the guiding philosophy that shapes his every decision and fuels his relentless drive. He lives by a deceptively simple yet monumentally powerful philosophy. Don't let the old man in. This phrase is far more than a catchy slogan or a poetic turn of phrase. It is the very fabric of his existence, a declaration of war against the insidious forces of age-related decline. Clint, with unwavering conviction, steadfastly refuses to allow the mere chronological passage of years to define his capabilities, his potential, or his very essence. He rejects the pervasive societal narrative that equates aging with an inevitable cascade of weakness, accepting neither physical nor mental deterioration as an unalterable destiny. Instead, he fervently believes in the transformative power of sustained discipline, the daily, unwavering commitment to conscious choices that uplift and empower. He commits himself to the vigilant maintenance of a lean, functional body, understanding that excess weight and physical indolence are profound impediments to vitality. Simultaneously, and with equal fervor, he dedicates himself to keeping his mind ceaselessly active, intellectually curious, and perpetually engaged. Rather than retreating into a quiet, perhaps passive, retirement, a common trajectory for individuals of his age and stature, Clint continues to passionately direct groundbreaking films, to meticulously read and dissect challenging scripts, and to actively immerse himself in a diverse array of creative projects. This, sustained and demanding mental engagement is not merely a hobby, it is a vital pillar of his longevity, serving as a powerful cognitive exercise that keeps his mind extraordinarily sharp, fostering neuroplasticity and preserving his formidable intellectual acuity. This unwavering, proactive mindset, When seamlessly combined with his scrupulously clean diet and his diligent avoidance of those specific foods known to systematically destroy health and accelerate aging, forms a synergistic trinity. It is this potent amalgamation of mental fortitude, intelligent nutrition, and purposeful movement that fundamentally explains why he appears to be, and indeed functions like, a man 30 years younger than his chronological age. His philosophy is a testament to the power of human agency, a living embodiment of the notion that while we cannot stop the clock, we can profoundly influence how we experience its passage. Clint Eastwood stands today as indisputable, living proof that the experience of aging is, to a significant and often underestimated degree, a conscious choice. Born in 1930, he has traversed and witnessed nearly a full century of unprecedented global change, technological revolutions, and societal transformations. Yet, through it all, he still stands remarkably tall, his physical presence undiminished, his commitment to work unwavering, and his appearance consistently defying expectations, projecting the image of a man decades younger than his true age. While the vast majority of men reaching his advanced years find themselves increasingly reliant on a complex array of doctors, specialists, and an ever-growing list of medications to manage the inevitable ailments of old age, Clint, with characteristic self-reliance and profound wisdom, chooses instead to place his faith and his well-being in the unwavering power of personal discipline. His health is not a product of chance or medical intervention, but the deliberate cultivation of a lifestyle built on conscious decisions. He eats impeccably clean, understanding food as foundational fuel. He steadfastly avoids the triumvirate of dietary saboteurs: fried foods, heavy dairy, and refined carbohydrates, knowing their detrimental impact on cellular health and longevity. He commits to purposeful movement every single day, keeping his body strong and agile, recognizing that stagnation is antithetical to life. He rigorously keeps his mind sharp, engaged, and intellectually vibrant, understanding that mental acuity is as vital as physical prowess. And, perhaps most significantly, he embodies the powerful philosophy, the defiant spirit, of refusing to let the old man in, actively pushing back against the societal expectations and physical inertia that often accompany advanced age. If your aspiration is to remain robustly strong, vibrantly youthful, and brimming with enduring energy as you navigate your own life's journey, there is no greater mentor than Clint Eastwood. Take a profound page from his meticulously written book of life. Look intently at your plate, the very sustenance you choose to ingest, and ask yourself a crucial, introspective question. Are you thoughtfully fueling your body for sustained youth and optimal vitality, providing it with the precise nutrients it needs to thrive? Or are you, perhaps unknowingly, feeding it the very foods and habits that relentlessly accelerate the processes of aging, diminishing your energy and increasing your risk of disease long before your time? Clint Eastwood made his definitive choice decades ago, a choice rooted in foresight, discipline, and an unshakable commitment to self-mastery. And at 95 years old, the extraordinary results of that unwavering choice are not just evident, they are profoundly, unmistakably manifest for the entire world to witness. He still looks, moves, and embodies the spirit of a 60-year-old because he has lived his life with an extraordinary level of discipline, an unyielding focus on what truly matters for health, and the uncommon courage to consistently avoid the pervasive dietary temptations and lifestyle choices that tragically hasten the aging process for countless others, leading them into decline long before their destined time.